Hello everyone, let's talk Sri Lanka in today's episode of Truth Shots with Kapil. Perhaps one of the biggest win for India from a political standpoint, from a foreign policy standpoint, has happened in the last 2 days. Ranil Wickremasinghe coming in as a Prime Minister after the entire situation of political unrest, civil unrest, economic problems, social problems, however you characterize it. Firstly, Sri Lanka is no stranger to it. And the incoming guy, Ranil Wickremasinghe, is definitely no stranger to it. He's been in and out. He's been Prime Minister 5 times. He's been thrown out of power. He's been brought back into power. And all of that has happened. So he's a seasoned guy. And the good thing is, he's pro-India. One of the challenges that were faced with the Rajapaksa government is not just that they were corrupt. One of the challenges were they were pro-China and almost anti-India. What that did for Sri Lanka, and I'm not just saying that was a challenge because I'm Indian. I'm saying that because they relied very heavily into loans for land, into loans for, basically occupation, into loans for everything from China. And that caused the entire set of problems. Of course, they made some bad decisions. They went into this mode of organic farming, which reduced the overall productivity, which reduced the overall output and cost problem. COVID was a huge impact. I mean, Sri Lanka is basically hugely reliant on tourism, which went dead for the last couple of years. And add to that, the accident that happened last year with, with the ship and the kind of penalties and everything that Sri Lanka had to pay. So net, overall everything went through a huge economic crisis, and they will continue to go through this economic crisis for next some time. India's $3 billion that it has pledged is absolutely going to help. See, Sri Lanka is a small country. You got to understand, every time there is an oil spill that is going to happen, every time there is a bad policy decision that will happen, it will end up hurting just because of the size, just because it doesn't have that kind of a leverage. Every time tourism will go down, it will be a problem. The important thing is Sri Lanka has a very key role to play in this entire global, scenario. It's a very key point for both India and China to want to have some say over, to make control and keep each other in check as it turns to, or as it relates to, looking at Indian Ocean, which is perhaps one of the key trading routes for both countries. So, good thing, Wickremasinghe is there, which means there will be more pro-India stuff that is going to happen in Sri Lanka. But it's definitely not out of the waters. The second Rajapaksa, the president, he's got to go too. That's not going to happen right away. It will take some time, but he's got to go too. I expect Ranil Wickremasinghe to bring in some order as as an old statesman. He's going to be able to bridge all the gaps that exist. He's going to be able to forge alliances. The bad part is Ranil Wickremasinghe's party in Sri Lankan parliament has 1 seat out of the 200 plus seats. So he has absolutely no kind of majority or even minority, so to speak of, in parliament. Anyway, I expect good things to happen. I think it's a good change. I think it will bring in some more stability in India's, southern zone, and that's definitely a good thing to have. And, Modi, good policy win. I think it's a good progress for you to be able to reign in Sri Lanka and for you to be able to exert some control over, our neighbors. So with that, we come to an end of this particular episode. We'll come up with a new topic next time. See you then.